it's Tanya and it's the weekly sketch challenge once again, and you might see by the photo I have flipped it on its side because I had a lot of photos I wanted to work with and I figured this was a way to do it. So you can see that I have 5 photos. Yes, I do not usually do multi-photo layouts, but I decided this time because there were so many cute ones that Jessica had taken with her friends at the Ed Sheeran concert that I figured this was an ideal opportunity to use them all. And as you can see, I cannot decide what papers I want to use. I have been through them all. These are the March kits, and yes, this is my first layout with them, so that does explain a little bit of my indecision. But I do eventually get there, I promise. So let's keep working with me, and I've narrowed it down to these. And now I'm trying to work out, do I want to use a pattern paper background? What do I want to do? And I do know that I want to use the 3x4 cards because, oh golly, I say it over and over again, I must get a bit boring, is that I love incorporating them in. And these 6x4 cards that came in the kit this time, gosh, they're great because as you can see what I'm doing there is I'm actually cutting them up. So if you weren't that keen on using a 4x6 card, you could cut it up, and you've got so many 3x4s, you don't know what to do with them. And I'm actually delighted that I'm getting to use the March card because I don't often use the month cards, I freely admit, mainly because sometimes, I get the kits later and the month is gone and I don't do project live, so there's not much to document for that particular month. I don't need a title card, but I am very pleased because A, it is gorgeous, just look at those pretty colours, and B, well, they went to the Ed Sheeran concert in March, so it made sense to me. So here I'm just deciding which ones I want to use as a back to my photographs, and then I go through a bit of a rigmarole trying to decide how I'm going to organise them. I will freely admit at this point I have neglected to look at the sketch again, and I am just going ahead with it, but it is based on the sketch from the point of view of, well, using a lot of photos, because I figured the sketch had those cards which could be photos and the basic design is there. And I mean, really, sketches are a bit like guidelines, you don't have to religiously stick to them. You can put your own interpretation on them. That's actually the fantastic thing about sketches, is you can have a good couple of people using it, as we do with our design team, and all the layouts are different. Not a one of them is the same, even though we're using the same kits, because we're bringing our own interpretation to it. And now I'm thinking maybe I should use this lovely paper, and it is such a cute paper. I think that one is a Heidi Swap one, the one with the stripes and the black and white stripes. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, the white is good. The white makes everything pop, as we know. But I'm going to hark back to that colored paper because I just love it so much and I want to use it. So here we go. Here is reiteration number 454 as to how I wish to place my photographs, still with the 3x4 backings on them. And in the end, I mean, you don't see a lot of the 3x4 card, but it does give a little bit of color and pattern to the photos, and it means I use them up, and so that's a win-win in my book. So yeah, getting back to how different sketches can be, we and our design team, we have, oh golly, so much inspiration daily, but particularly on a Friday when we do these weekly sketch challenges, because not only do we have those of us that post our layouts in the member forum, which is the post that I do, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment, but we also have the blog and the actual Facebook page for Hip Kit Club and the YouTube channel. So I mean, it's an astounding amount of inspiration that one can get from this kit club. It really is wonderful. And yes, I am slightly biased, but even if I wasn't on the team, I wasn't on the team for many years, and I was a huge fan of the kit club. So there we go. I have done my bit there, and I'm going to do a little bit more of shop talk, and then I'm going to talk about the layout. The other bit of shop talk, of course, is the fact that this is the sketch challenge and it is a competition, and that means that there is a reward, or it's not a reward, is it? What is it? Well, you win something. There we go. And what you win is a $10 coupon code to the online Hip Kit Club store. So all you need to do is come and join the Facebook forum, and you don't even need to be a member of the Kit Club to participate. And I do apologize for my head. All you need to do is use your stash, use whatever you have, base it loosely or tightly on the sketch, and post your result in the post that I create on a Friday, and there we go, you are in it to win it. So there, enough shop talk now. Now I'm going to get back to the layout. So yeah, on the sketch there were, and yeah, I'm going to try and edit some of my head out. On the sketch there were flowers, so I'm using the leaves here as my reference to those, and that big bow stays there for a while. And I even go as far as to stick it down, but then I realize it's way too big. And yeah, the title also has a little bit of change to it, but that's just the way I go. I change up the Ed Sheeran from those black letter stickers to the very pretty multicolored ones that we have, because I felt it was just a little too stark. You know, the photographs are full of fun, and from what I understand, it was a fantastic concert. He is apparently a very good performer. It was just him on stage, him and his guitar, and yeah, they had a wonderful time. So I wanted to convey that, you know, that sense of fun and all the rest of it with this layout, and those black letter stickers just weren't doing it for me. So that's a long-winded way of saying I changed them up to the multicolored ones. So they're very pretty, extremely pretty, these ones. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with the title, and I like the black and white stripe pattern I've got going on there, and I like the fact that I did it vertically rather than horizontally. I don't know, it just lent itself to that, and it looks better like that. And yeah, I have a little bugbear with some of these thickers, because half the time they'll stick nicely, and the other half the time the backing comes off and the chipboard comes off, and oh, it's just a disaster. But that's just a little bugbear. And yeah, there we go. So I've decided I don't want the bow, but now I've got a bit of stuff on my photograph, so I'll have to cover that up. But I do find something to cover that up with. And then I love these speech bubbles. Those puffy stickers, they came, if I'm not mistaken, they came in the Pocket Life kit. And yeah, they are exclusive to the Hip Kit Club, and they're super cute. So I managed to get 3 of those on, and now I'm trying to see if I can put little flowers on my leaves by using the hearts, but that just wasn't working, so I stuck a heart down randomly. And here's some more of the speech bubbles. And yeah, I just loved it, because I loved the lol on that photograph, just kind of friend pulling the funny face, and then the love it of the group of them, and yeah, it just all tied in really, really well. And it was quite funny, because after I had made this layout, I suddenly thought perhaps I should find out from Jessica whether her friends mind having their faces on YouTube and in the Facebook group and on Instagram. I mean, these days, yeah, you obviously check more if the kids are really young. I mean, none of these kids are young. But, and also we all know that they splatter their faces all over Instagram anyway. But it is polite to check, so I did check, and fortunately they all said no, it was fine, because otherwise I'd have had to do another layout. I didn't fancy doing that. So yeah, I'm getting this. I cut up that ticket from the die cut pack, because I figured I liked the pop of the pink, and obviously it's a ticket, so it conveys going to a concert. And then I thought I was so inspired with that rainbow at the top there. Although I did, for the longest time as I'm doing this, I am kind of wondering whether it was working or not. But I kept it there in the end, because I just thought it was so fun. And that's what I do sometimes. I'll put an element down on my page, and I'll think to myself, does it go? And I leave it there. And if when I come back, or while I'm busy doing something else, and then, you know, some other part of the page, and I look again and it doesn't glaringly look bad, you know, it doesn't look out of place, then I realize, no, it's okay, it's probably in the right spot. So yeah, so it stays there. And yeah, now I'm just getting a few more phrases on. These are the Heidi Swap die cuts. They're actually fantastic. The colors are beautiful, and you get so many different forms of a material. You've got your acetate, you've got die cuts, you've got what's it, vellum. So yeah, no, that's a really nice pack. So you see there, I'm faffing around with stuff. Oh, and then I got the Babe on there, and I had a bit of a disaster with the Babe because I used the 80G gun, and that left a really nasty stripe of glue behind it, which you could see, and I didn't like that. So I faffed around with that for ages. I even put it underneath the tap to see if I could get the glue off. And so in the end, I have stapled it on with my tiny attach, which is what I should have done in the first place. And yeah, I tucked that rainbow behind there, which I'd cut from. I just cut off the wording. I actually do end up putting the wording on as well, because I figured there was a rainbow at the top, so I should put a bit of a rainbow somewhere else, and that's what I did there. And I get this tab on as well. I love putting tabs on, they're so pretty. And then I thought about those words as well, but then I figured I'm getting too many words on here. Sometimes, I do these long titles. This one's not especially long, but I do sometimes do long titles, and I think, if you put too many other words and phrases on, then the poor eye is so confused as to where it's supposed to go and read. So yeah, I'm coming up to the finishing touches, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will go and check out the thread in the Facebook forum, and go and check out, and the April kits have been revealed and should be shipping soon, so don't miss out on those. But thank you for watching, hope you're having a wonderful day, and we will chat again soon sometime. Bye bye.